Hey guys, Papa Pete back with another pickup video. I got a whole bunch of really good stuff this last couple weekends. I got some stuff from yard sales, and I've got some stuff that I've been picking up over the course of the spring as well, with some of the store closures and such, like at Toys R Us, as well as just finding some good deals on different types of toys. Stick around, we'll take a look.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
Alright guys, I got some great pickups from yard sales. I picked up a whole bunch of games there the other week, just like last weekend. And I'm going to go through them pretty quick here today, because really I got quite a bit of stuff to show you. I'm going to start off with some stuff I picked up at a yard sale. I went in and I got a pretty good price on it. I picked up a copy of Epic Mickey for the Wii. I've never played it very much, but I've always been really interested in that game, just because I like all the Disney games, frankly. I always like GameCube games. I picked up a copy of Spider-Man and a copy of Shark Tale. Okay, like I've said lots of times before, I'm always working hard on my complete in box Atari 2600 collection, and I picked up another one. It's a common game. I had the Sears Telegames version, but I'd never had the actual Atari version. So I picked it up on eBay. They got a complete in box, very good shape, basketball. I love this game. You know, it's the type of game still, even today, you can put in, you can play for a few minutes, and it really is a lot of fun. And it's a great two-player game. Doesn't matter whether it was 30 years ago or today. It's a lot of fun just to play head-to-head. Now I'm going to show you some toys that I got. I don't collect a lot of toys because frankly they take up a lot of space, but one thing that I've always loved my whole life, well, guess what? I'm wearing the shirt. I've always loved Star Wars. I still remember going to see the original Star Wars at the Queen Theater here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick in, well, it was 1977. I was 9 years old, and I remember that night right to this day how mesmerized I was with that movie. One thing you got to realize that in this day and age, when you see a movie, the DVD is going to be out in 2 or 3 months. You're going to see it on TV. That wasn't possible back then. I live in a small town, grew up in a small town. The movie came through. It was in our one theater, which doesn't even exist anymore. It was in our one theater, and when it went away, you weren't going to have a chance to watch it again for a long time. In fact, I didn't see it again until I was 14 years old on a bootleg VHS tape over that they got out of Bangor. It's just it's impossible to explain to people nowadays how inaccessible movies like this were. And since I couldn't watch the movie, I can still remember like chomping at the bit for the Star Wars Holiday Special to come on the air just to see something new from Star Wars. We all know how that turned out. Anyway, also, I had the novel. I went out and bought the novel, and I know I read that novel, full-size book. You know, I'm a 10-year-old. I read it 12 times. I had the first print right after the movie came out, and that was the only way you could experience it. So it really is something that people take for granted nowadays, that you have access to all this entertainment. Back in those days, we just didn't have it, and it really, we used our imagination more, we used the toys more, and developed our love for things like Star Wars. So let's look at some of the toys. Okay, the first thing I got is just an X-Wing. It's a little titanium X-Wing. I just love stuff like that. Now the other day at Toys R Us, which is closing, things were all marked down, so I got Princess Leia Organa in the box. And I got 3 of the larger figures, one of the 6.5 inch. I got Kylo Ren, Jyn Erso, which I still say is very doesn't get the respect it deserves. I watched Rogue One again just actually the day before yesterday. I love the movie. I thought they did a really good job with the story, tied it in perfectly, and that's why I look forward to all the various Star Wars movies so much. Now that being said, I'll admit it, I haven't gone to see Solo yet, but I can't wait to get to see it. And finally, I only saw one of these there, and there are a whole bunch of all the other ones, so I grabbed it while I could. Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi. Here's a couple more that I picked up. I picked these up a while ago, but I have not opened them, and they're really pretty neat pieces. I got this for like $10. It was regular 20. I got it for 10, and it's Yoda. Just a flashback from The Empire Strikes Back. Set that one there. And last but not least, I got a 4-vehicle set, which has got the Millennium Falcon, Biggs Darklighters, X-Wing, Poe Dameron's X-Wing, and just a TIE Fighter. But that's pretty neat. I love that set right there. Alright, so I had a really great yard sale find last weekend. I walked into a place and I found a stack of, I don't know, a half dozen games sitting there. There's a little bit of a little variety of everything, really. And I said to the lady, I said, do you have any more video games? And she looked at me and goes, I have a great big box of those inside I want to get rid of. You want to take a look? Yes, please. So she went and got it for me, and this is what I ended up getting out of the box. It was pretty amazing. First of all, tying in with the Star Wars toys that I got, the first game was The Phantom Menace for the PlayStation 1. I had this on the PC back in 1999. I really liked it there. You know, it had its flaws, but it's still a very fun game. And I really enjoy it. A lot of people don't like The Phantom Menace. I'm sorry. I'm going to be a fanboy. I like all the movies. Are some better than others? Absolutely. But I had waited so long and had such a passion for Star Wars back when I was that age. I was just couldn't wait for something new to come out. So when this came out, I mean, it was 15 years in the making, 16 years in the making for me. Didn't really, it wasn't so bad that I couldn't watch it and didn't like it. Now for the rest of the games. So 2 months ago, I wasn't a PS2 collector, but everywhere I look, I find good PS2 games for sale at yard sales and such. So I've been picking them up whenever I can. I guess eventually I'll become a PS2 collector, but for now it's just what I sort of pick up while I'm looking for everything else. If I see any hot titles, of course I'm going to grab them, but still, they seem to be everywhere. I'm really having great luck finding PS2 games. So I got Smackdown Shut Your Mouth, Wild Arms 3, State of Emergency, Aqua. I'd never heard of that one before. I'll check it out. Nitro Bike, Rainbow Six 3, MLB 07 The Show. I love baseball games. I really do. All of them. That was when I was younger. We played baseball all the time. Real baseball. We played baseball video games all the time. So I still find them amazing this day. I just like the stats. I like the real players in them. And I'll always enjoy baseball games. Outlaw Tennis on the PS2. Fantavision. I don't know a whole lot about this game. I can remember when the PS2 first came out, this was a game that was really prominent, so I assume it was a launch title without looking it up. I have seen it, I relate it as being a launch title for the PS2. So it's always really interested me. Back at the time, it was almost impossible to find a PS2. I can remember those days, and they were like $500. They were selling on eBay for like $800-900 at the time. Anyway, it's a game that I always want to try out, so I'm going to check it out. And a couple Tom Clancy's. We got Ghost Recon and Ghost Recon 2. Okay, so from the same lady, I picked up some Xbox games, and you know, I'll know that that's what I love to collect. Xbox, trying to build a collection. First of all, I found a loose disc. Wasn't in a case, it was just loose. I've tried it, it doesn't work. I'm going to try to fix it because it's a really great game. Aliens vs. Predator. It's got some pretty bad marks on it, but I decided that I was going to get a machine since I've got so many discs now and collect so many. I'm buying myself a machine that cleans, repairs, and resurfaces the discs. So it's something I love, having stuff like that. So, you know, I already bought it. It's on its way. I'm going to give it a shot. Maybe I'll get this one going. Maybe I'll make a video about it once I practice on a couple other ones that are not quite as valuable as a $25 Xbox game. I'll give it a shot. I'll record and see if we can get it going. Just a sampler demo disc, but demo disc from October 2003 featuring Voodoo Vince. Tony Hawk Underground. Fight Night, Round 3. Armed and Dangerous. Top Gear, RPM Tuning. Top Spin Tennis. ESPN 2K5. Next Wave. Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. World Racing. Fight Night Round 2. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. That's supposed to be a really good game. I'm looking forward to playing this a little bit. Lord of the Rings The Two Towers. NCAA 07. Test Drive. Now I saw this one and thought it was a special one. It's not. It's a Sportsman edition that's worth a lot of money. But IHRA Drag Racing 2004. This one took me a while to find the name of it. Codename Kids Next Door Operation Video Game. And finally, a game that I've loved forever, but I've never had on the Xbox. I have it on the GameCube. I think I have it on the PS2 somewhere. The Simpsons Hit and Run. I'm really glad to put this in my collection because everybody loves Simpsons games. I've mentioned that before, how I might go for a complete set of all the Simpsons games, or as many as I can get on all the different consoles. So I really enjoy playing this. Everybody's dream is to live in the world of the Simpsons, at least for a while. It'd be nice to get out of it once you're there for a while too. But Hit and Run is such a great game. Now I did have one more game, and it was the only GameCube game that lady had in the bunch. It was one of the first ones I saw actually, which really piqued my interest. But here it is. I got the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. Now this has 4 games on it. It's got Legend of Zelda and Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link from the NES, and it also has the Ocarina of Time, and I can see the back here, and Majora's Mask. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, both from the Nintendo 64, are also on this, as well as a demo of Wind Waker. So it's a not for resale copy. It came with the system, one of the versions of the systems they sold. It really is worth quite a bit. It's worth about $50. This isn't in pristine condition, but it's in good condition, and it's going to be great in my collection. I don't collect a lot of GameCube games, but I do have 30 or 40, and I really try to pick up these special titles. So when you just come across something like this, it's a great, great thing to add to your collection. It's very lucky. Okay, so now for the last things that I have to show you is kind of the neatest and the biggest. It was Father's Day this weekend, and my girls, my wife and my daughter went up to St. John for a little bit of shopping on Friday night, and they come back and they brought me a treat. My room's full. I have no idea where I'm going to really put these, but I love them because they're beautiful. I like Star Wars, so I have to have my own Stormtrooper. And I got Kylo Ren to go with it. Pretty good pickups. Well, listen guys, that's all my pickups for now. I'll have another pickup video after Too Many Games, and you can bet your boots I'll be picking up some games down there. Alright, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for joining me and looking at my pickups today, and you take care, guys.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
You're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
What the hell?
Oops.